Hello, audience! I did a Toby Turner intro. Intro of darkness, then redness, then whiteness. Hello, Internet, I'm Ben Shop. First of all, there seems to be a lot of videos already online of people who reviewed the device, and I've got to say I'm a little bit shocked as to some people's opinions because I found it to be absolutely incredible. It's incredibly clear, as you can see. It focuses nicely and the colors are very, vibrant and full on. Chuck that motorbike up! Shut up that motorbike! I'll top it up! Jump it! So, let me get started by giving my first thoughts on the product and how it performs. So far I've noticed that it is incredibly light, it's incredibly small. I can't show you because I'm using it to film right now. As you can hear, the audio is quite clear. It's not too bad, it picks up a lot of background noise. But for a camera in the price range, it's quite good. I'm quite impressed with it. Now, the Bloggie belongs to the family of SD card or internal memory digital recorders, and it only sits at around $200 to $300. For the price, I'm quite impressed. It does full 1080p as well as 720p, and also does 720p at 60 frames per second, which is what I'm recording at now. As you can see, it's quite smooth. If I move it a little bit, I'll give you some movement, you can see it tracks quite nicely and would be good for some slow motion shots because you've got that high frame rate. Frame rate. Cannot speak English. It is frustrating. I'm waiting for your truck. Garbage truck of doom. I will destroy you. Damn you and your noisy business interrupting my business. I have seen complaints online about the dodgy autofocus and sometimes the lack of video quality in darker environments. Now, I will admit that without proper lighting the image quality does suffer. However, the autofocus for me seems fine. Another thing people have complained about is the lack of a proper tripod stand, as the only place to mount it is on the bottom side, and that results in vertical video, which is retarded. I have with me here the little mount that I made out of a coat hanger in a few minutes. As you can see, it's not that complicated, and I think you could probably achieve it at home too. Okay, so here I have the mount. As you can see, it's quite odd looking. But now I have my microphone stand. Mic stands are pretty easy to get a hold of. Any semi-half grade music store should have one. You can get them from about $20 upwards. This one is worth a little bit more. However, a cheaper one will do fine. This bit at the top here, this is where you would normally mount a microphone. However, we are going to use this and take advantage of the way it moves and rotates to make our Bloggie stand. It's going to be a miracle if I can get this on one-handed. These two prongs here, they slide up on the other side of that. This part here sits on the top there. So already we've got a pretty snug fit. Now all we need to do is clip this over the top, and voila, we have a fairly firm little mount. Now I'll just show you quickly how the Bloggie fits in. These two little prongs here, they provide pressure. It slides in like this, and that's about it. Because the lens of the Bloggie is on one side, there is no interference from these holders. If you wish to loosen the Bloggie so you can pull it out, simply put pressure on both of these and slip it out. Okay, I'm going to slip it in here. And voila, we have a mountable Bloggie Touch. And here I am for you to see, standing in front of the mounted Bloggie Touch. Of course, you may be wondering if this will scratch or damage the Bloggie in any way, and the answer is a no, as I have used the silicone case, the silicone case that came with it in order to ensure that no damage comes to the lens or the screen. It will not work without the case because it relies on the rubbery silicone to grip the Bloggie and hold it in place. So now we're ready to take it outside and check out some of the shooting quality of the Bloggie Touch. And here we are outside with the Bloggie Touch. Now, as I said before, autofocus, people have been complaining about this. However, there is a firmware update which a lot of people don't seem to know about, and it does improve it dramatically. Here's a demonstration. Okay, so we have our long distance shot, and first of all I'm just going to let it automatically refocus by itself so you can check out the time difference. Close surface, note the time it takes, back to the far shot, back to the close surface, close, far away, close, and far away. As you can see, it's picking up some of those colors very nicely and some of the detail in that brick. As you can see, it's not a huge difference. However, the effectiveness depends on the situation and the lighting. And now for some close-up shots. For shots that are a little bit harder to focus, you can stop recording and use the manual prompt, which increases the effectiveness. So as you can see here, we have some nice pretty colors out in the full sunlight. That wide angle lens is incredibly handy, as you can see a lot of background too. Here we have a very nice looking flower, and with the autofocus you are getting a very nice picture. As you can see, the colors on the Bloggie are absolutely amazing. It picks up some very vibrant and subtle tones, and the light correction is also pretty impressive. It adjusts to ambient light very quickly and effectively, and also changes the white balance depending on the situation. As you can see, even though I am panning quite quickly, that white balance is quite impressive. There's no sort of huge delays from whiteness to darkness to whiteness to darkness to whiteness. As you can see, the Bloggie picks up the detail in the stone quite nicely. A lot of nice color showing up here. Even the built-in 3-inch screen shows the color quite nicely, and it is quite accurate, I think, compared to other cameras in the same price bracket. Look at that detail. Look at the detail and the autofocus. These are what the same type of bricks look like in full sunlight. As you can see, quite bright. However, the Bloggie handles the light quite well. It does not get too oversaturated or too washed out, and it still picks up quite a bit of detail. Now, according to the specs, the Bloggie can focus accurately up to about 4 inches away, which is quite close. Well, there you have it, the Sony Bloggie Touch. It's quite an impressive piece of equipment, and I personally am very happy with my purchase. Well, thank you for watching. I'm Ben Chop. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Until next time, peace off. Epic Chop!